Stephen, you have been playing with Draymond for a few years now. Is there anything that you see from him that, I guess, I don't want to say surprises you, but have you just come to expect what you see in games like this or games like this series, this whole postseason pretty much?
Nothing surprised me, but you're always just kind of impressed, and you don't want to take a talent like that for granted. What he brings every single night. I'm doing it again, man. This is crazy. Hey, Raymond, we're gonna need to switch this up. I'm tooted. It's just fun to watch, and the intensity he plays with, and timely plays on both ends of the floor. It's what a gamer does, and that's what he's been his whole career. And, early in his career, rarely showed up in the stat sheet like the way he stuffs it right now. But now, it's right now it's just the whole package. So it's amazing.
Draymond, can you now toot Klay Thompson's horn? He's been Mr. Steady for you guys. What's he going to mean for this Houston series coming up?
He's going to be huge. Obviously he's, a big part of what we do with the way he spaces the floor, the offense he brings to this team, but more importantly, what he does on the defensive side of the ball as well. He's really key in our defense. The job he's done on Rondo the last 2 games was huge, so I think he's going to have, I'm looking at this stat sheet. He was 2 for 8 from 3 tonight, and it seemed way crazier than that. Like, he really had to go in there in that first half for us. So, definitely looking forward to, what he's going to bring to the table in this series coming up against Houston. But, it's no different than what he's brought, for the past 6 years since I've been here.
Steph, what left you most encouraged tonight when you're looking at your progress overall with just everything?
I don't even know. I was just out there playing basketball, having fun. Second half, I played the whole fourth quarter, so it's nice to get a full 12-minute run like that. But other than that, like I told you this morning, in my head when I'm out there, I'm just trying to play free, not worry about anything, continue to try to get my rhythm on both ends and keep moving. And the last 3 games have been last 4 games have been solid. So I'm looking forward to continue to build that momentum into the next series.
Steve said you are back. Your conditioning's there, everything, to play 37 minutes in a playoff game, that tells him you're back. And Kevin just said Steph's unleashed. He's Steph. Do you feel like that?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel confident in what I'm able to do out there. Timing can still get a little bit better with the ball and things like that when you start to get so excited. Still, like, when I'm out there and missing 6 weeks, it's still appreciative of just being out there playing. So, yeah, like I said, I'll continue to get better, continue to get my timing right, continue to get back to the normal rotations, normal, minutes that I'm out there playing, and hopefully won't look back.
For both of you, I think your last 10 or probably more series have started in Oracle. This next one obviously starts in Houston. Is there any part of you that's going to embrace the attacking role of the first 2 games instead of kind of the protector?
Definitely. It's been a while since we started out the series on the road. Kind of forget that feeling. But we're definitely looking forward to it. This is a great opportunity for us. When you're going on the road, the mindset is to go get 1 game. Hopefully you can do that in game 1. But nonetheless, that is going to be our mindset. And, I'm looking forward to the opportunity, for us to go start a series somewhere else and, not so much where we're at home, like you said, protecting, just trying not to give up a game. We got a couple swings to go in there and take one. So I'm looking forward to that for sure.
What do you both remember about the January 20th game? And is there anything that somebody said afterwards that kind of stuck with you?
We lost. That was about it. That's all I remember.
Yeah. What somebody say after? What did he say?
What'd he say?
Oh. What'd he say? Yeah, you got to play the game now. that's all fine and dandy in January. But now you got, they got us, we got them. Got to go out there and play. And we'll see who better.
Just a follow up on that, Draymond. You've heard from the beginning of the season how they were obsessed with you. Now that in your mind, did you always figure this was going to be the matchup? And what does it feel like knowing that they've been thinking about you guys the whole time?
Not necessarily. We just played a great New Orleans team that we, was a tough matchup for us. They played us very well. It looks 4-1, but those games weren't that easy. So can't necessarily just say, we knew this would be the matchup. We had a lot of work to put in to get to this point. Now, in saying that, they have made it known that their team is built to beat us. Kind of their, like you said, their obsession or whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. But like I said before, all that stuff is cool. You can build your team. Obviously, you want to build your team to beat the defending champs because that's usually how you got to go to get a championship, the way you got to go. So, all understandable. That stuff has been said for about a year now. It's time to play. So, just is what it is.
Draymond, Steph, this way. Actually, last season, during the playoff time, you guys had 16-1. And then right now you're facing Houston Rockets, and people consider that as a great team right now. Do you guys feel like that could be like a most difficult matchup since the finals in 2016?
Every series you play gets harder and harder and harder, so following that trend for sure. Like Draymond said, we face a tough physical San Antonio team. So turn the page, face a tough athletic New Orleans Pelicans team with some great talent. That's the cream of the crop in the Western Conference, and in order to get to the finals, we got to elevate our game, and that's what we enjoy about the playoffs in this moment and this stage. And it's hard. Coach Kerr always says it's why you pour champagne on your head when you walk in the locker room after you win a championship, because of how hard it is every step of the way. So we've been there. We know what to do. Time to do it.
Draymond, you became the first Warrior ever to average a triple-double in the playoffs. Can you talk about just sort of what your mindset was this series, and then also did you feel like you deserved? And then did you also feel like you deserved a good laugh or a moment of levity when you went over to the Pelicans huddle and kind of stood there and messed with them for a moment?
I guess that's great to be the first person in the history of a franchise to do something, but nonetheless, you don't get triple-doubles by yourself. You don't get rebounds by yourself. You need everyone else boxing out on one accord. I don't score points by myself. I got great teammates that find me and give me great shots, and I don't make the baskets or the pass that I deliver to them. So I don't get fooled into thinking that, I average a triple-double in this series because of me. Like I said, I have great teammates, super talented. That makes the game a lot easier and, very fun to play with. So, it's great, but it's not just about me. And, it wasn't really a huddle. It was just they were shooting free throws. Somebody tapped me on my back. I took off running. I thought they was, about to bring the ball down the floor. And Josh said, hey, you got to get out of the huddle. I said, hey, bro, this ain't no huddle. I'm just standing over here like they standing over here. So it was fun. I saw the play that they was watching something of us. It's pretty good.
This is for either of you guys. Steve talked about the calming influence that Andre Iguodala brings, and I guess it kind of showed during that run when he was out. They kind of made a run to come back in the game. How has he been for you guys this all season, or just in general? How has he been a calming influence for you guys?
He's just a professional that knows how to be in the right place at the right time, and seems like nothing really rattles him, and he just finds a way. So I think he's embraced his role, which is, I guess, in our terms, kind of undefined. He's out there playing. He kind of fills a lot of the holes and gaps in the defensively. We know what he's capable of. He's timely with his voice in the locker room and on the court. So he's appreciative of just what he brings to the fold and knowing how important he is to what we do. And you never know when it's going to show up night in, night out. So it's big for us.
Coach Kerr was talking about how Andre's like a babysitter kind of on the court. Could you just kind of expand on what he means by that, how he kind of maybe keeps things calm out there for you guys, and his contributions even when he's not really scoring points?
Yeah,
that's what he means. He keeps us, pretty stable, and sometimes we get a little crazy out there. He kind of settles things down on both ends of the floor. I think that's what he means by babysitter.
Yeah. Maybe he can come watch the kids.
Yeah, I need a babysitter. So, that'll work.
At some point, somebody up there has to tell the truth. I ain't expecting it, but I do look forward to it. With that being said, with the Rockets been using, y'all know where that came from? I use it, exactly.
Smooth.
That was brilliant, man.
That was good. That was good.
It just kind of sucks that you're reading it.
It's
cool, though.
But with that being said, with the Rockets having all that, talking the narrative of what they've been saying about you guys, did you guys at all want them as much as they wanted you with them having said all that this season?
We don't have to say nothing. What are we doing?
Man, we won 2 championships in 3 years. We're not about to run off talking about how bad we want to play somebody. Like, we want to win another championship. And it don't matter who's in the way of that. If you in the way of that, then you happen to be in the way. But, we're not about to run around like, yeah, we want to play them in the conference finals. For what? Like, it don't matter to us who we play. However, we got them. All right, now let's get it. We get to it now. But it makes no sense for us to run around, we want them as bad as they want us. For what? Like, that honestly don't make much sense to me. Like, we got a goal. And whoever's in the way of that goal, then we got to see you. You got to see us. All right, now they're in the way. Perfect. But we ain't been running around talking about, man, I can't, like, we want them bad. Like, nah, we want a championship bad, another one. That's the truth. You wasn't expecting it, but you looked forward to it. You got it.
One last one, Ron, Draymond, right here. I'm curious what it's like for you when you're holding the ball into the high post and Steph and Clay are running like crazy around screens. What's that like to see them move that hard without the ball, and have you ever run as much as they have without the ball?
Nope, never going to. But it's a great feeling knowing that the way those two are moving, and then along with Kevin, who's kind of the ultimate bailout, because, in the rare scenario that they don't get open with all the movement that they're doing, you just kind of throw it up to him, and then, he bail you out. So, it's a pretty great feeling for sure. And most of the time somebody make a mistake on those two guys because they're so worried about them. Pastor's paradise for me. I enjoy it. It works well for me too. So, thanks. Appreciate it. Steph.